Hello again, YouTube. The 1 month update on Lexapro. Let's hear about it. So, my first month on Lexapro. First, I'll go through kind of the progression of quickly of where I started to where I'm at now. So the first week, I was taking half of a pill, so my half dose. So the full dose would have been 10 milligrams, so I was taking 5 milligram that first week. I went transitioning into the second week. I started doing three-fourths of a pill, so I was kind of stair stepping. My doctor told me I could kind of work my way up to a full pill, however I saw fit. So I decided the second week to do three-fourths of a pill rather than jumping to the full pill. And I've made videos about those first 2 weeks. So my third and fourth weeks, I've been on a full dose. So I've been taking 10 milligrams for the past 2 weeks. And I gotta say, looking back, so looking at where I was kind of few months leading into when I went and saw my doctor to now, I definitely see the progress. The first week on the medication was kind of tough. It definitely made me more anxious, but I addressed that in that other video. But right now, like I'm feeling like my anxiety is going down, which is kind of it's exciting. So I've definitely been experiencing a lot less anxiety, especially since I started taking the full dose, the 10 milligrams every day. Um, I could kind of feel it getting better as I worked my way up to it, but definitely when I started taking the full dose, that's when I started really feeling the effects. And I think those obviously will keep building. I go back to see my doctor in a couple weeks, and once I meet with him and see where I'm at, we'll obviously explore all that stuff. But definitely see it improving. Haven't had any panic attacks the past few weeks. I did the first week, but again, I kind of explained that it kind of the first week was a little rough, but since then, I've been free of real any like serious panic attacks. I have those times where I feel anxious, like my triggers of like driving or sitting for long periods of time, kind of being like around a bunch of people. I'll still get anxious, but I find it easier to stop and not let it get to the point where I'm having a panic attack. I don't feel that unraveling. It's kind of like okay, like I'm feeling a little anxious, but I seem to be able to keep it in control better, which is really good. So um, as far as side effects are concerned, so the good news is that really the side effects have really kind of gone away. Like I don't feel the headache or brain fog that I had the first week or when I was kind of stair stepping my medication up to the full dose. I feel pretty good. Every once in a while, you get a little headache or what some people refer to as a brain zap, but other than that, I feel really good. I have stopped. So when I was taking the medications and I stopped kind of working out, I stopped exercising and kind of just real focused on getting this medication right and stuff. So um, I think working that stuff back in, eating better, and getting back to going to the gym 3 days a week, I think that's really gonna kind of help propel this to the next level. I think I'm gonna start that next week. But yeah, I think I'm excited to kind of get back into some of my routine that I kind of put to the side while I was starting this journey, if you will, with the medication. So uh, we'll see how that goes. But probably have an update on that later. Another thing I wanted to talk about was um, there's kind of different parts to treating my anxiety that I'm kind of taking on. One was the medication, and two is I started seeing a counselor or a therapist. I've met with her 3 times. She has a lot of experience with anxiety, so I think we're kind of working towards a good. I'm kind of working towards a good experience with that. She seems to be pretty knowledgeable, so I'm encouraged by that. So what we're kind of doing is we're kind of getting to the source of where that anxiety comes from, and learning about anxiety. So it's very helpful, and it's just good to um, just kind of be able to talk to stuff and not feel, like she's gonna think I'm crazy, or she's gonna, judge me or whatever. And that's something that if and that's something that if you're interested in, or if you've never done it before, I would definitely look into it. I found someone who does cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. There's different therapies that you can look for. I've just read that a bunch of people have had success with cognitive therapy, so that's what I sought out. But even just talking to anybody, is helpful, and I'm sure if you have done it before, um, you know that um, it's nice just to be able to talk to somebody and kind of get that stuff off your chest. And part of anxiety, part of feeling anxious is not, you tell yourself you shouldn't let anyone know, or you I've done a good job of keeping it internal. People see me as a laid back person, go with the flow, but I inside I can be, my heart's pounding, and I'm thinking that I'm trapped, or something's gonna go wrong, and I've done a really good job of kind of keeping that internal. So it's good to go into a place where you can share that stuff and not feel like you have to keep it inside. So um, it's something, if you're dealing with this and you haven't talked to anybody, or you feel uncomfortable, you might look into finding a therapist. And um, so, anyways, we'll see how that turns out. I'm encouraged by it, but um, we'll see as that goes on. It's this is all unfortunately a long process. But years of training myself to have this anxiety and these anxious thoughts, and so I think unfortunately it's going to take a long time to undo that. And it's kind of like that. I was talking to my therapist about, is this Pandora's box, right? Can you put everything back in it, or am I always going to have to deal with this? And I think I can be cured, and I think I can get myself a lot better. But I'm just naturally worry about stuff. So to undo that, or to reverse that, it's going to take a long time. But either way, I think I'm positive I can get to a place where my anxiety isn't ruling me, and I'm very very optimistic about this process. And again, so part of it's the therapy, and definitely part of it will be the medication. So we'll see how that goes in the future. So as of 1 month, I'm feeling very encouraged and very optimistic about my future, and kind of solving some of this anxiety and my anxious feelings. Um, I wish I would have probably started it sooner, but I wanted to see if I could do it on my own before. So, um, not saying you can't do it without the medication. I'm sure people have, and I know people have. I've read stories. So, but if it's something you're thinking about, definitely talk to your doctor, and talk to your family, and talk to people you trust. And I was very pessimistic about medication, but it's at some point you get to the point where it's like, all right, is it worth it, me being miserable all the time, or is it to not to is it worth it to say, oh yeah, I didn't do it with medication, I did it on my own. It's like, sometimes we have to admit that this problem can be bigger than us. It's sometimes more than I can handle. And even if I didn't like the fact that, okay, like I have to say I'm on medication for anxiety, like it's my life. It's I'm the one that needs to find my happiness. No one, they might care, they might judge me for being on medication, but guess what? Like, I'm the one that has to walk the walk, right? I'm the one that has to experience all this. And if this makes it easier for me and makes it better for me, then um, that's what I'm gonna do. So thank you for watching my video, my 1 month update on Lexapro. Please, if you want to share your story or ask me questions or just make a comment, please leave comments below, and I'll be happy to respond or watch your channel, or if you're sharing the same stories. It's kind of fun to be to share each other's stories and to treat this like a community. So leave any comments you like. Please subscribe if you want to keep up with my progress and kind of my story. And thanks again, and hope everything's going well on your end of the camera. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon.